I request all the dignitaries to raise for the national anthem. Andarki Namaskaram. I welcome the respected Honorable Governor of Andhra Pradesh, Sri Vishwabhushan Harichandran Garu, and respected dignitaries of prominent religious and spiritual organizations who have accepted our invitation at very short notice and participating in today's webinar. I extend my warm welcome to you all. His Excellency, Honorable Governor, expressed the desire to organize a webinar to interact with dignitaries of the religious and spiritual organizations to seek support in his endeavor to educate and create awareness among the people to follow COVID appropriate behavior to curb the menace of the pandemic. The COVID appropriate behavior emphasizes on 100% mask usage, maintaining the social distance, avoiding social gatherings, and maintain personal hygiene and sanitation in public places and workplaces. In view of the alarming surge of COVID-19 cases and COVID-related deaths in the state, the Honorable Governor sir has emphasized on the need to create awareness among people, and involvement of everyone in the community is paramount for sustainable COVID-19 prevention. As part of special campaign, we have organized webinars with Indian Red Cross and vice chancellors of all universities in the state. As COVID pandemic is causing extreme distress to humanity, we strongly believe that people can be motivated to adhere COVID appropriate behavior with the active involvement by religious and spiritual organizations. We hope this webinar will be useful in spreading the message of caution in individual and social behavior among the followers to check the spread of pandemic. With these introductory remarks, I request all the dignitaries in today's webinar to express their views and advices within the time duration given to them. I will read out the names of the dignitaries one by one. So kindly cooperate. Thank you. Sri A. Venugopala Dikshituలు గారు, తిరుమల తిరుపతి దేవస్థానం టిటిడి.
ఓం నమో శ్రీ వెంకటేశాయ. శ్రీ వెంకటాచలాధీశం శ్రీయధ్యాసిత వక్షసం శ్రిత చేతన మందారం శ్రీనివాసమహం భజే. గౌరవనీయులైన గవర్నర్ గారికి నమస్కారములు, ఇతర పెద్దలందరికీ వందనాలు. ఈరోజు ఈ ఉపద్రవాన్ని ఎదుర్కొనడానికి తిరుమల తిరుపతి దేవస్థానం నుండి అవసరమైన చర్యలన్నింటినీ తీసుకుంటున్నాము. కోవిడ్ నిబంధనల అనుసారం భక్తులకి దర్శనములు అనుమతించడం జరుగుతున్నది. స్వామివారికి కూడా శ్రీ వైఖానస ఆగమోక్త విధానంలో షట్కాల ఆరాధనలు ఈ నిబంధనలను పాటిస్తూ అర్చకులందరూ కూడా భక్తి శ్రద్ధలతో ఈ లోకక్షేమం కోసం స్వామివారిని ప్రార్థిస్తూ ఉన్నాము. స్వామివారి కైంకర్యాలు కూడా నిబంధనల మేరకు నిర్వహించబడుతూ ఉన్నది. ఇంతేకాకుండా తిరుమల తిరుపతి దేవస్థానం సమాజ శ్రేయస్సు కోసం అనేక కార్యక్రమాలు చేపట్టింది. అందులో భాగంగా శ్రీ వెంకటేశ్వర భక్తి ఛానల్ నాదనీరాజనం వేదిక నుండి కర్కటి మహామంత్ర పారాయణము, సుందరాకాండ పారాయణము, విరాట పర్వ ప్రవచనము మొదలైన కార్యక్రమాలన్నీ కూడా ప్రత్యక్ష ప్రసారం చేస్తున్నది. భక్తులందరూ కూడా ఈ పారాయణాలు ఇంట్లోనే ఉండి స్వామివారి యొక్క అనుగ్రహం పూర్తిగా ఉండాలని ప్రార్థనలు చేస్తూ ఉన్నారు. ఇవి కాక కొన్ని ప్రత్యేక కార్యక్రమాలు కూడా నిర్వహించబడుతూ ఉన్నాయి. దేశ ప్రజలందరి ఆరోగ్యం కలగాలని ధన్వంతరి మహామంత్రము, ధన్వంతరి హోమము, 16 రోజుల పాటు సుందరాకాండ ప్రత్యేక పారాయణము, 21 రోజుల పాటు అపమృత్యు నివారణ రుద్రమంతము, జపము, హోమం లాంటి కార్యక్రమాలు నిర్వహించి శ్రీ వెంకటేశ్వర భక్తి ఛానల్ ద్వారా ప్రపంచానికి అంతా తెలియజేస్తూ ఉన్నది. భక్తులందరూ ఆ కరోనా లాంటి వ్యాధుల నుంచి విముక్తిని పొంది సంపూర్ణ ఆయురారోగ్య ఐశ్వర్యములతో ఉండాలని మృత్యుంజయ హోమం, మృత్యుంజయ జపం, మహాన్యాసపూర్వక రుద్రాభిషేకం, నవగ్రహ హోమాలు, సుదర్శన హోమాలు నిర్వహించడం జరిగింది. ప్రస్తుతం నిర్వహిస్తూ ఉన్నాము. వీటన్నిటికీ మించి ప్రత్యేకంగా అంటువ్యాధులను నియంత్రించే దేవత అయినట్టి శీతలాదేవి యొక్క పూజలు, హోమాలు చేయడం జరుగుతున్నది. ఈ కార్యక్రమాలతో తిరుమల తిరుపతి దేవస్థానం మరియు అనుబంధ సంస్థలన్నీ కూడా పాలు పంచుకోగా శ్రీ వెంకటేశ్వర భక్తి ఛానల్ ప్రత్యక్ష ప్రసారం ద్వారా విశ్వశాంతికి ప్రయత్నం చేస్తూ ఉన్నది. మేము కూడా ఆ వెంకటాచలపతిని శ్రీనివాసుని ప్రతిరోజు ఆరాధించుకుంటూ ప్రజలందరికీ ఆయురారోగ్యాలు ప్రసాదించమని ప్రార్థిస్తూ ఉన్నాము. స్వామివారి యొక్క పరిపూర్ణ అనుగ్రహంతో ప్రపంచమంతా సుభిక్షంగా ఉండాలని కోరుకుంటూ ఆ స్వామివారికి నమస్కరిస్తూ మాట్లాడేందుకు నాకు అవకాశాన్ని కల్పించిన మీ అందరికీ ధన్యవాదాలు తెలుపుకుంటూ ఉన్నాను. లోకా సమస్త సుఖినో భవంతు. స్వస్తి. ఓం నమో శ్రీ వెంకటేశాయ.
నమస్తే అండి. శ్రీ త్రిదండి చిన్న జిఆర్ స్వామివారు, జిఆర్ ఎడ్యుకేషనల్ ట్రస్ట్, విజయవాడ.
We extend our Mangala Sasanams to Honorable Governor and all the dignitaries attending this webinar. We at the outset extending our prayers for all doctors and also COVID warriors like the frontline, the police people and also the press people and so many organizations who are extending their services to the sufferers to be strong enough in doing the services, and also our prayers for those who are suffering to come out of the problem. The second surge of this COVID-19 is most unexpected, and of course we have to cross through this situation, and we strongly feel two things are very, very necessary. One is following the rules laid down by our seniors and doctors and also by the government to follow very strictly, like keeping the mask always and also following the sanitization and also distancing. In addition to these things, the most important thing what we feel is it's not real the disease that is causing a lot of problem, but it is the feel of something may happen to me is causing a lot of damage. I have seen a few people who, though identified positive, but leading normal life for 3-4 days. But when people around started talking to them like this may happen, that may happen, and they started suddenly developing the real problems like breathlessness, etc. So it's not the real disease that's causing the damage, but it is the feel of something may happen to me is causing a lot of damage, for which there are two solutions. One is strong will, that is nothing will cause me any kind of damage. I'm strong enough to face any kind of situation is one thing which man has to develop inside. And second thing is the prayer to the unknown power from behind, what we call as God. Let's pray to God and let us stick on to God. In Bhagavad Gita it is said, Mayadhyakshena prakritihi suyate aham hi sarvabhutanam prabhavaha. I can do, this is what God promised to us. And if we strongly believe in God, and if we stick on to God, if we surrender to God, and definitely we can gain some kind of strength. The feel of that somebody is there with me, taking care of me, is what gives a lot of strength. So here are great people from different religions and who are adding their prayers to the society, adding their strong will to the people who are suffering as a support. And of course, we at our personal organizational level are giving the PPEs to the health workers who are reaching the people to give the vaccine to the rural people, etc. Doing some kind of service is okay, but creating confidence is very, very needed at this moment, is what we feel. At the same time, what we forgot is following the rules. So we strongly appeal to the people to follow the rules like masking and distancing and sanitization. In addition, try to stick on to your homemade foods, not consuming something from outside is very, very important. That's what we believe. Let God bless our Bharat and our people to be strong enough to cross through this pandemic situation, the second surge of this COVID-19. And we strongly believe God will definitely help us. And let's be strong enough in proceeding further. God bless all. Mangala Sasanams to everybody. Jai Shriman Narayana. We extend our Mangala Sasanams to Honorable Governor for taking initiative in bringing all the religious people together to give their support to the nation, to the people who are really in need. Mangala Sasanams to Honorable Governor. Jai Shrimanarayana.
I am Koteshwara sir, the National Service Coordinator for Sri Satya Sai Seva Organizations, India. And next to me is Mr. S.G. Chalam, the State President for Sri Satya Sai Seva Organizations, Andhra Pradesh State. With my humble salutations at the lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba, Your Excellency, my pranams to you. This is a rare opportunity that Your Excellency has convened intellectual meet here to discuss about the COVID appropriate behaviors and how to go about in mitigating the pandemic currently crippling entire globe, leave alone India and Andhra Pradesh in particular. Andhra Pradesh Sri Satya Sai Seva Organizations spread over all the 14 districts, 13 districts of Andhra Pradesh, with about 344 Sri Satya Sai Seva Samitis and about 1,200 Bhajana Mandalis spanning entire Andhra Pradesh in nooks and corners of the state. And there are about 55,000 active workers as volunteers whom we fondly address as Seva Dal. And with collaboration with UNICEF on COVID appropriate behaviors, we have trained all our Seva Dal in following the COVID appropriate behavior protocols and also to disseminate this information down the line to every nook and corner of the state. Today, the pandemic, the information overload is crippling more than the pandemic. We have several WhatsApp universities giving information overload. Appropriate information, right knowledge, right conditions, right way to handle, these are very limitedly available to us. And every information, everyone thinks that he is a great doctor or he is a great professor or he is a great professional to handle the pandemic, about which even the scientific investigations are not totally complete. So in this kind of a pandemic scenario, the right information is very essential as we felt, and WHO is giving the appropriate information and UNICEF is disseminating. We have ICMR. We have taken the information and the knowledge source from these portals and tried to disseminate the knowledge and train our own Seva Dal volunteers to begin with and their respective families to follow the COVID protocols and then confine themselves to the information sharing throughout the state. We launched a campaign called SMS. SMS campaign means S stands for sanitization, M stands for mask, and S stands for social distancing. This SMS campaign, we have also had the posters. We have created several leaflets and also information brochures to reach out the common man in vernacular, Telugu language in particular, and also on the many social media platforms. Our young boys are able to reach out the common man even in the villages also. We also have started hunger alleviation program on mass scale from the last year. Across the length and breadth of the state, under the leadership of Sri Chalam in the state of Andhra Pradesh, we have started about 60 community kitchens, and respecting the Ministry of Home Affairs protocol on COVID, there are some volunteers who are coming there and cooking food and distributing to the needy. This is one area. So far, on an average, about 4.5 lakh food packets have been distributed every week to the needy people. In addition to that, in all the 13 districts of Andhra Pradesh, we also have adopted about 20,000 poor families and providing them with the monthly ration. This is called Amruta Kalasham. We name it as Sri Satyasai Amruta Kalasham, whereby the needy and poor, particularly the octogenarians and nonagenarians who cannot go out for any kind of work and who are deprived of the food, we are providing them a total wholesome food for 1 month ration. Every month on the first 3-4 days, our Sevadal volunteers go to their respective places, respective houses, and try to hand over them this Amruta Kalasham. We also have started information centers across the state in every district headquarters. Blood donation, plasma donation, and also those who are COVID positive and they do not find any berth or any hospital bed, those who are confined to the home isolation, our volunteers, our Sevadal volunteers of Sri Satyasai Seva organizations are distributing cooked food to those COVID positive patients confined in the home isolation in particular. In addition to that, there is a medical protocol given by the ICMR now about providing them with the multivitamins, vitamin D, vitamin C, and also some of the alleviatives and nutritional products. We are giving as a package which costs about 750 to 800 rupees, along with hand sanitizers and masks and all. We are trying to distribute to the needy, particularly in the urban locales, wherever it is required. In addition to that, the Satyasai Seva organization, through their women volunteers, started stitching face masks, and by now in Andhra Pradesh, more than 5,50,000 face masks, 3-layered face masks have been stitched and distributed to the needy across the state, in length and breadth of the state, in almost all the districts. 63,000 Sevadal volunteers are now working respecting the Ministry of Home Affairs protocol without getting affected, first of all, without getting affected by COVID infection. They are trying to protect themselves with PPE kits and everything, and they are trying to help even the hospitals also. We are also trying to provide, we have the Sri Satyasai Mandirs across the state. Every mandir is now acting as a vaccination registration center. We have young boys and girls with computer knowledge. They are also trying to help even the villagers to register themselves in the COVID portal to get vaccinated. There is a vaccine hesitancy across the minds of the people. So our responsibility is to ensure that the vaccine hesitancy is removed and encourage everyone to get vaccinated. This is our humble effort and humble attempt that we are trying to do in the name of Sri Satyasai Baba, following his principle of love all and serve all. Now, just recently, about a day ago, we have summoned the oxygen concentrators for the needy people. In Andhra Pradesh itself, I think we are going to have about 55 to 60 oxygen concentrators spread across all the 13 districts available in the respective headquarters of the districts, and make it available for the needy people who are in need of oxygen. Jai Sai Ram.
So, first of all, I would like to convey my wishes to Honorable Governor Ji, who has initiated this webinar to get in touch with the religious leaders. And I hope this can really be a small kind of a help to the needy in this 11th hour. And I appreciate the voluntary work that is rendered by the people, even at their life stake. It's a big difficult task for anybody to go out, step out and help others in this pandemic situation. So it's the biggest challenge thrown by a nature to a human intelligence. And the intelligence has gone to a level where the human being started controlling the nature, the cosmic energy. So the cosmic energy has revealed its power, throwing a challenge in front of a human intelligence. And that too, it's a peculiar virus that we all learn day to day through many TV channels or newspapers or social media, that this behaves very peculiarly, person to person, region to region, and state to state and country to country differs. And the peculiar thing of this virus is mutation. It mutates immediately and it attacks a person's organs internally, and it affects and it damages and it slowly kills a person, drives a person to the corner to death. So in this, my practical experience, that I really helped people who are affected and who are tested positively, and I helped them. So it's something that practically that is proved also here in our place, that cow dung cake, by burning the cow dung cake, gomayam, means that's called gobar. So by burning it twice a day, it produces the maximum amount of oxygen. And people who are suffering from this breathlessness, as well as internal some congestion, lungs congestion, this really helps a person. Especially I have old parents with me in Ashram Shri Peetham. My father is about 95 years and my mother is 77. And I have a couple of people here who are in the ashram as an inmates and who are aged around 80 and 78, 83, and some of them are sugar patients. And I am taking care of them just by giving them this cow dung, by this gas that produces by burning the cow dung twice a day. And also Panchagavya I am giving them regularly, as well as pranayama, that's helping them a lot. And major part of it is take all the time hot water, even though it is red hot summer. So it's inevitably it is prescribed not to touch the fridge or any cold things inside in the home. And I make them to expose themselves to the sun every day, morning 5 to 10 minutes, as well as evening 5 to 10 minutes. So fortunately, by the grace of God and by practicing all these things, till now, Shri Peetham in Kakinada is not affected with COVID. Not a single person affected with COVID. And around the Kakinada Shri Peetham, we have many cases tested positive, but within the Shri Peetham, even though we have a 95-year-old person and 80-year-old people, so we have that thing there in front of us. And I sincerely request people like you who can really spread. Nowadays, there is a big complaint and big challenge thrown in front of a government also to take care of this COVID situation, helpless situation. And I hope even if God comes down to the earth also, I really feel it's difficult to handle the situation at this junction. So it is a kind of a big challenge in front of us. I, as a small person, I can present this in front of you so that we can pass it on to the people. Cow dung, by burning cow dung, we are getting sufficient, that dhupa creates a lot of harmony, and I could see it is the biggest enemy for COVID. Cow dung cake is the biggest enemy for a COVID, this virus. And we don't need to, we can sanitize our hands, sanitize our body, sanitize our clothes, but we cannot sanitize the entire house. So the only burning of cow dung cake the poga that provides, that sanitizes the entire house. I sincerely present these few things, and I hope this can be carried out to the society properly, and to an extent it can protect. With these few words, I thank the Office of Governor, Andhra Pradesh, and Governor Ji especially, and the people who are now coordinating this. And I sincerely pray Almighty that all of us should be protected, and especially Bharat Mata should shower her grace and blessings to all of us to be safe and take care of our health. Live long. Thank you.
Thank you, Swami. Shri Maulana Abdul Qadir, State General Secretary, All India Milli Council, Kurnool.
أحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فالله خير حافظا وهو أرحم الراحمين. First of all, I thank Almighty God, because in this pandemic crisis, God had been blessed us with health, and God has been blessed with peace, that we are here now interacting with our most respected, honorable, His Excellency, our governors of Andhra Pradesh. First of all, I feel very proud and thanks to Your Excellency, Governor Sir. This is the first time I feel actually the Governor Sir, Honorable Governor, is interacting with the community leaders. And I pray to Almighty God, may God bless our Governor Sir with long, happy and healthy life. Sir, I am Maulana Abdul Qadir from All India Milli Council, State General Secretary. As Your Excellency, you may be aware, sir, All India Milli Council is a national, one of the largest national organization of India. And it is sister concern to All India Muslim Personnel Law Board. And especially, I belong to the thickly Muslim populated area of Kurnool district, and we are having our whole branches in the whole Andhra Pradesh. From the grassroots, we are working on behalf of All India Milli Council, bringing awareness in the people. As really we feel very proud actually. Our government is also doing very well. And always we heard about those our great leaders who worked for the independence. We are always hearing about them, we are reading about them. But now in this pandemic crisis, the central and our state government and our administrations like district collector, SP, and even our MLAs and our community leaders, I feel really in this era, the best warriors of our country, definitely the history will be written as we have been fought with the Britishers, and they were called as the best warriors for the independence. We are now fighting with this crisis and with this pandemic and definitely the whole administration will be always remain as the best warriors of this era. And one more thing, sir, actually we are following the all guidelines of the administration, and nearly we are having 9,000 mosques in the Andhra Pradesh, and especially for Muslims, the Juma prayer is the best platform to give the message to the people. And especially in Muslim community, it happens they are very close attached to the scholars of the community. And even Quran says, وَمَن يُطِعِ اللَّهَ وَالرَّسُولَ وَأُولِي الْأَمْرِ مِنكُمْ. Quran says definitely we should follow whatever the guidelines given by the administration of the country. One who follows the administrator, it means he is going to follow his prophet, and the following obedience to the prophet is obedience to the God. So we are giving a very good awareness to the people in this pandemic to be, as it is very famous, prevention is better than cure. And one more thing, sir, the all scholars, especially on the ground of on the platform of the All India Milli Council, some misconceptions were there regarding medicines and regarding vaccination. But we scholars from the All India Milli Council and other organizations, we are creating awareness in them. As our holy prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he said, whatever medicine has been created in the world, it is also by through God. Any person who doesn't use the medicine and who doesn't take the vaccination is like that. Like how, as in Islam, suicide is the worst thing in the Islam. In any way, in any particular ways also, in any crisis, a Muslim doesn't do the suicide. But our scholars, on the base of our holy prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, sayings, our holy prophet had been explained us, without taking medicine, only feeling that only God will help us, without taking prevention, without taking vaccination, without taking medicines, we feel that God will help without prevention, without taking any preventions. The holy prophet said, if he dies on this way because of his ignorance and on this basis without taking the medicine, if he dies, it means his death is on the base of suicide. So we are getting very good awareness in the people who are afraid of taking vaccination, who are having some misconceptions of taking medicine. We are giving a very good awareness to them. And moreover, Your Excellency, sir, our All India Milli Council, some people who are very poor, actually because of lockdown, because of curfews, they are feeling their daily basis who actually do the work, उन लोगों को बड़ी परेशानी हो रही है. तो हम ऑल इंडिया मिल्ली काउंसिल की जानिब से हमने कहा कि तुम घर पे रहो, you stay home, and we are in every district, as we are having our Milli Council branches in all the mandals and even taluks in whole state. हम लोग बाकायदा उनके लिए जो ना राइस किट्स और तुम घर पे रहो, और हम उनको जो ना बाकायदा पूरी तौर पर राइस किट और उनकी जितनी भी जरूरतें हैं पूरे हम उनके घर पहुंचा रहे हैं, ताकि तुम घर में अच्छे रहोगे तो सब जहां अच्छा है, जान अच्छी तो पूरा जहां अच्छा है. तो इसी तरह सर और ये और सबसे बड़ा काम ऑल इंडिया मिल्ली काउंसिल और द Muslim organizations, our scholars has been guiding the people, and you all people have been seen कि जो लोगों की डेथ हो रही है without differentiating any religion, जबकि रिश्तेदार भी जो ना रिलेशन भी जो ना उनके डेथ पर नहीं आ रहे हैं, our community people very boldly वेयरिंग हमारे मदरलैंड इंडिया से और पूरे वर्ल्ड से अल्लाह ताला जरूर ये कोरोना वायरस को खत्म कर दे. और आखिर में दोबारा मैं दरखास्त करता हूं कि ऑक्सीजन यूनिट्स को बढ़ाकर सब जो ना हमारे लिए और सबके लिए जो ना शुक्रिया का मौका दे. अस्सलाम वालेकुम रहमतुल्लाह.
श्री मुफ्ती यूसुफ अली साहब, इमाम मिली काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया, विजयवाड़ा.
महामहिम राज्यपाल साहब को विजयवाड़ा से हरमइंदर सिंह सानी की तरफ से सादर प्रणाम. सर आवाज आ रही सर? आवाज आ रही सर?
हाँ, हम सुन रहे हैं आपको.
सर, महामहिम राज्यपाल साहब को सादर प्रणाम। सर, इस वक्त जो हमारे देश के अंदर एक अज्ञात शत्रु है जो पूरे देश में फैला हुआ है, पूरे देश में जो कोरोना फैला हुआ है, उससे हमको एक तरफ तो अपने आप को बचाना है सब लोगों को, और दूसरी तरफ अपने समाज को बचाना है। इसलिए हमारे केंद्र की सरकार, हमारे राष्ट्र की सरकार अपनी तरफ से पूरी कोशिश कर रही है, लेकिन एक भारत देश के नागरिक होने के नाते हम सबका भी ये फर्ज बनता है कि हम जो है अच्छी से अच्छी लोगों को इस बात से अवगत कराएं कि उनको किस तरीके से अपने आप को कोरोना से भी बचाना है, देश को, समाज को भी बचाना है। इसके लिए मैं सबसे पहले तो ये गुजारिश करूंगा कि कम से कम 10-15 दिन के लिए कर्फ्यू लग जाना चाहिए, लॉकडाउन करना चाहिए, ताकि ये चेन जो है वो टूट सके। दूसरी बात यह है कि जो भी हमारे बहन भाई जो भी इस कोरोना से इफेक्टेड है, उनके लिए सेवा करना, हम सबको तैयार होकर उनकी सेवा करना भी हम सबके लिए जरूरी है, ताकि हम सब लोग, क्योंकि हॉस्पिटल में जगह नहीं है, हमें अपने धर्म स्थान खोल देने चाहिए। ऑक्सीजन वगैरह गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से सप्लाई मिल रही है, हमें भी अपनी तरफ से ऑक्सीजन के सिलेंडर वगैरह प्रोवाइड कर और गुरुद्वारों के अंदर और जहां भी है हम लगाने को तैयार हैं। हमें आपकी तरफ से सहायता चाहिए सर। कलेक्टर साहब को फरमान कीजिए कि वो हमें सहायता दें। हम लोग जितना भी खर्चा होगा, खर्चा तो हम कर लेंगे, लेकिन हमारे पास इस काम के लिए एक्टिव स्टाफ नहीं है, जो ट्रेन स्टाफ नहीं है। हमें स्टाफ अगर प्रोवाइड किया जाए तो हम 24 घंटे, चाहे 100 आदमी हो या 200 हो या 400 हो, उनको जहां भी आंध्र प्रदेश में गुरुद्वारे हैं वहां से हम लोगों को फ्री ऑक्सीजन की सेवा करने को तैयार हैं सर। उसके अलावा अगर कोई भी किसी को भी कोई कोविड में इन घर के अंदर पेशेंट है जिनको घर के अंदर रखा गया है, उनको खाने का सप्लाई चाहिए, और हमें थोड़ा वॉलंटियर वगैरह थोड़े अगर हमारे पास जैसे आरएसएस के वॉलंटियर हैं, वो पूरे देश में सेवा करते हैं। हमें इस वक्त जाति, धर्म और इसके पार्टी से ऊपर उठकर एक भारतीय के नाते पूरे देश को संभालना है, पूरी कौम को संभालना है, पूरी जाति की सेवा करनी है। सब मिलकर लोगों के घरों तक, जिनको भी कोविड हुआ है उनके घरों तक उनको हम खाना पहुंचाने के लिए भी तैयार हैं। हम महामहिम साहब से ये प्रार्थना करते हैं कि हमें ये सेवा का मौका दिया जाए सर। इन थोड़े शब्दों से मैं अपना जो वाक्य है समाप्त करता हूँ। आपका आशीर्वाद चाहिए, आपका सहायता चाहिए। नमस्कार सर।
Now, Sri Dilsha Singh Anand, Gurudwar Sadsad, Visakhapatnam.
Good afternoon to you, sir. His Excellency, the Honorable Governor of Andhra Pradesh. आपको मेरी तरफ से नमस्कार, गुड आफ्टरनून, आदाब और सत श्री अकाल। It is needless to say, sir, कि Gurdwaras all over the world, although we may be only 2.5% population in the entire country, पर जहां पर भी कुछ अर्थक्वेक आए, कुछ भी सुनामी आए, कुछ भी कैलेमिटी आए, I don't think so we have to tell that Sadars are available for any kind of service. Last year also जब पहली वेव आई है कोरोना की, हजारों की तादाद में लंगर बना के विशाखापट्टनम गुरुद्वारे से शेल्टर होम्स में डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर साहब के आदेश पे, जीबीएमसी अथॉरिटीज के आदेश पे दिए गए हैं, और पूरा प्रिकॉशन किया गया। कोई भी केस नहीं आया अभी तक हमारे यहाँ पर। और इस साल इतना दहशत जो फैली हुई है, उसमें भी हमारे जो सेवादार हैं, आपके जो भी लोड़मंद हैं, आपके परिवार जो बीमार हैं घर में, उनको खाना पहुंचा रहे हैं हम लोग, और ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर्स हमारे यहाँ से जा रहे हैं, और भी ऑक्सीजन कंसंट्रेटर भी जा रहे हैं। हमारी दरखास्त है कि आपके गुड ऑफिस की तरफ से भी कि हमारी तरफ से कुछ भी सेवा और भी हो सके तो जरूर पर जरूर विशाखापट्टनम डिस्ट्रिक्ट को, गुरुद्वारा साध संघ को तो याद किया जाए। बढ़ चढ़ के हम लोग सेवा करेंगे। टाइम ना ज्यादा लेते हुए, नानक नाम चढ़ती कला तेरे पाने सरबत आल भला। सुबह शाम यही अरदास होती है, irrespective of color, caste and creed, let all people live in peace and have harmony within themselves, sir. Thanks a lot for giving us time, sir. Namaskar. Thank you, sir.
Now I request Shirisha Behenji from Brahmakumaris, Vijayawada.
To the Honorable Governor, Shri Vishwabhushan Harichandanji, and to all the spiritual religious leaders, on behalf of Shanta Behenji and all the members of Brahma Kumaris, I extend heartfelt greetings of peace. Om Shanti. Right now, each and every person is affected by COVID in one way or the other way. Recently, I just heard a news on 25th April that a young person, a 30-year-old boy, after giving his sample, commit suicide due to the fear of COVID. When I heard this kind of news, it really made me to think. Because COVID-19 pandemic not only affects physical health, but also mental health and well-being. Mental health and physical health goes hand in hand. Mental health is totally in our hands. If we take care of it very well, we can easily fight against anything. So nowadays, fear is becoming more dangerous than COVID disease. So that's why I feel that fear is experienced in our mind, but it triggers a strong physical reaction in our body. Physical weakens our, this fear weakens our immune system and also causes cardiovascular damage, depression. That's why I think in today's time, this fear and COVID both need to be treated, because fear is an emotion that is created in mind. These negative thoughts, recurring thoughts, creates worry or fear. For example, when a COVID patient heard a news that someone who is near to his house died or beloved one died because of COVID, immediately next thought arises in him that I may also lose my life because of coronavirus. See, these kind of negative thoughts never stop with one. These kind of recurring negative thoughts actually creates worry and fear within us. So to overcome all these kind of fears, the best way is to practice peace, and that is through meditation. So I request each and every citizen of the Andhra Pradesh to practice meditation to maintain peace. But there are many misconceptions about peace, because peace is the only weapon or an antivirus that can kill fear. Peace is also created in mind, and it is very strong effect on our body also. Any ordinary person with a family and job can also attain true peace, because it is very easy to attain it. Very limited and creative, positive, energized thoughts actually creates peace within us. This peace of mind actually improves the ability to better understand the problem and also helps us to take right decisions at right time. When we are in peace, we are free from restless thinking. We keep on thinking negativity. If peace of mind doesn't think too much, peace of mind affects our body also in many ways. It enhances our immune system. It reduces the activity of virus, helps us in developing willpower. And very important, it creates a deeper relation with our God, because God is the highest source of positive energy. His energy is everywhere. And there are many other negative energies like fear, worry, depression, grief present everywhere. If we want to receive God's energy, power, it is very important to create peaceful and positive thoughts so that we can match up with God's frequency. The positive energy we create attracts positive energy around us, and the negative energy attracts the negative energy around us. So when we tune ourselves to God frequency, we will be able to receive all His powers easily. That's why I request once again to each and every citizen, just like as soon as we identify the symptoms like fever, dry cough, cold, we know very well that we have to consult doctor, check whether it is virus or not, and under the guidance of doctor, we have to take medication. We know very well. In the same way, in meditation, what we have to do is, whenever we find symptoms of fear, worry, anxiety, immediately take a deep breath, take a break, relax, and wherever we are, stay calm and practice meditation. Because meditation is nothing but channelizing our thoughts in a positive way. Even while doing prayer, namaz, puja, start self-chanting that I am powerful, I am peaceful, I am fearless, my body is perfect and healthy, I am safe and secure, my family is safe and secure, my organization is safe and secure, my country is safe, my wealth is safe. These kind of affirmations boosts our mental health. This is how a healthy mind can lead a healthy body and a healthy society. Sir, all over the world, all the Brahma Kumaris organizations, around 9 lakh people are practicing this peace, giving peaceful vibrations to the world, and also bringing peace in their lives by conducting mass meditations early morning 1 hour and in the evening 1 hour. We are trying to spread peaceful vibrations to the world.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for giving this opportunity, sir. Thank you. Om Shanti.
I request Dr. T. George Cornelius, Bishop CSI All Saints Church, Vijayawada.
His Excellence, respected Honorable Governor of Andhra Pradesh, other dignitaries and all the religious heads. Greetings to all of you in the name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I appreciate the honorable office for gathering all the religious heads as a one nation. And also I would like to appreciate the government for making arrangements to identify the virus and immediate remedy for the welfare of the public. As the Bishop of CSI Krishna Godavari Coastal Andhra Diocese, I have sincerely advised our pastors and evangelists not to conduct the church services and mass gatherings to control the rapid spread of virus until the situation comes normalcy. And also, I am also indeed proud and thankful to inform you that in all the situations we have been working in line with the government by providing our church compounds, our buildings like Bishop Adraya Girls High School, Vijayawada, Noble College, Machilipatnam, HRD Bhavan, Machilipatnam, and so many as COVID test centers, quarantine centers, medical purposes, etc. across the coastal of Andhra Pradesh. It is my suggestion to constitute a core committee to oversee and coordinate efforts towards dealing with this crisis and ensure control the spread of the COVID-19 second wave. In my perspective, I would like to share few points which may help in creating awareness to the public to overcome this pandemic situation. The first one is the decentralization concept of the medical officers. Most of the public have lack of awareness about the variant behavior of COVID-19 virus, which is creating a greater number of virus affected and dead people. The public is not in a state to know the concerned medical officer to whom they should contact and get things done. So I suggest your office to increase the number of doctors or medical officers who can talk to the public and explain the condition. For example, we have 700 churches with nearly 2 lakhs congregation in 7 districts across the coastal Andhra. If 2 and 3 medical advisors are allocated for the particular area, who are very much available for the congregation, likely if it covers 20 churches in this area to hear their present health condition and to explain what happened if they neglect at very initial stage and guide them to take necessary medication and if required to admit in the hospital. The medical officers' detail can be circulated to the church members through the church pastors. These 2 or 3 medical officers can guide nearly 20 to 300, that is 6,000 only, women and men. This number is easily illustration only. It will be in more number if we consider the other religious as well. So this decentralization concept of the medical officers will help the public to take the awareness very quickly, which we provide to them. Secondly, creating awareness in the public regarding the vaccination. I found so many illiterate people who have fear for taking vaccine and about the side effects after taking vaccine. So we need to create awareness through the electronic media about the benefits in taking vaccine, mostly in the rural areas. The third one, creating awareness to the public regarding the diet to be taken when affected with virus. Even though the affected people are undergoing through medication, some are lagging in taking appropriate diet for the different section of public. So need to create awareness about the diet to be taken and diet to avoid for all sections of public, likely young people, age, diabetes, public with cancer, heart issues, and etc. So, as the organization of the Church of South India, we are distributed so many kits for the COVID-19 affected people, nearly 2,000 at the cost of 16 lakhs of the amount we spent for the dry ration to the COVID-19 people. And also we are creating awareness in all the churches through the pamphlets and through the guidelines given by the government and through the guidelines given by the CSI Senate Chennai, and also through the guidelines given by the National Council of Churches in India. So this is with these points I conclude my message. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Dr. T. Joseph Rajarao Garu, Bishop, RCM Church.
Your Excellency, respected religious and spiritual leaders, sir, I am not here speaking about the theories or the works of charity the Church of the Roman Catholic Church in this area is doing, but I just stick on to the point of creating awareness in public about COVID-19 appropriate behavior. Our people are very religious minded. To any religion they belong. And they easily visit a place of worship, especially in a situation like this. And it is here we need to give them whatever we can, especially of creating this awareness. In the Roman Catholic Diocese of Vijayawada, which comprises of Catholic churches in Krishna district, we have already stopped all our religious gatherings and prayer meetings from the 26th of April and will last for entire month of May. If needed, we will further prolong. And whenever we have common worship, even before this decision we have taken, we only permitted limited number of people. First, we permitted only 50 people. Later, we permitted more people, but assigned them places. In a pew where normally 5 people would sit, now only 2 people sit, and there is a safe distance of 6 feet between the two. Then we made compulsory for everyone to wear masks. And we said, no mask, no entry into the church. At entry point, there is always hygiene facility for sanitizers. There are ushers who are assigned to make people to sit only in the assigned places. And all the places are full inside the churches. No one else was permitted into it. Then physical touch like shaking hands is not allowed. And the children, especially the infants, were not allowed to bring into the church. Then the singing, common thing that we do in the worship, the singing is limited. Not all people would sing. Only 2-3 people at a distance from the microphone would sing. They are called the choir members. And we have given instructions to all our people to show solidarity to the poor and the needy among the people and their neighbors especially. And we also have encouraged not to pass information by social media that would bring among the people discouragement, anxiety, fear, or panic. And so especially, rather than we ask them to speak, to give more encouraging words, just like COVID is curable. In 1970s, we spoke about leprosy was curable. Today we must say COVID is curable. So this affirmative life and affirmative thoughts, just as my colleagues were saying a while ago. Then we must stress as a religious people, I think the part of this awareness is that God does care for us. God cares for them. and would bring back peace and well-being, especially to say for nothing is impossible to God. This sort of psychological comfort we need to give them. With them, we create in them this feeling of faith and certainty that God would take care of them. And this is what we need to do. And we have told our people to pray at home, all of them in their family, to do dhyana, to read the scriptures, to spend their time connecting themselves to God. Sir, we have done a lot, especially in the first wave of this COVID-19. Lots of works of charity we have done, entire community, all the religious congregations, all the people, all the small groups, big groups came in abundance, and we have spent crores of rupees, sir. And we are ready now at this moment to offer our spaces if more makeshift hospitals are to be established. In Vijayawada itself, the Loyola College is ready to offer its auditorium to establish makeshift hospital to the government. Similarly, the Maristella College, which has also a very large auditorium, is willing to offer it for a makeshift hospital for COVID patients. Apart from this, sir, our people in our country must pay special attention to personal and family hygiene. They all must become more responsible citizens by wearing masks, obeying government orders, keeping the environment clean. The government must also modernize the hygiene and waste treatment, sir, cleanliness, and educate the sanitary workers and as well as the people, the public, about the necessity of keeping the city or the villages clean and healthy. They must pay attention also to ecology, sir. Plant more trees in future, utilize solar energy, discourage the use of plastic, practice yoga, encourage vegetarian meals, encourage pranayama. All these things which are part of our beautiful culture, sir, and we must encourage. I thank you for organizing this meeting and for listening to us, and I truly appreciate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sri Joseph Rajarao garu. Now I request Sri Hrudayananda Maharaj, Secretary Ramakrishna Math, Vijayawada.
Namaskar to His Excellency. Namaskar to all spiritual and religious leaders. The subject is awareness about appropriate behavior during this crisis. In the past also there were epidemics like plague, cholera, etc. Villages and villages, towns and towns were wiped out. They did not find any solution. We have the same crisis here, but at least we know what it is, how it is coming, but we don't have a set up treatment to overcome it. Every day lakhs and lakhs of people are affected, thousands and thousands are dying. There is a serious crisis. It's a very grave situation. Under this situation, the first thing that we have to follow is we should not panic, we should not fear. We should understand ourselves as human beings, sensible human beings who are cautious, who are careful to sail through this epidemic by mitigating the human damage like human lives, economy. We have to mitigate it. The first and foremost thing that is to be done under this situation is everyone should rise to a higher level and act as a sensible person. And we must take certain precautionary steps, important steps to battle this COVID-19. The second wave is very, very serious. Of all the things, the first thing one is to remember is this. I am not attacked by COVID, but if I am attacked, certainly I should not be the carrier to any other person in this world. If I take proper medication and isolate myself, and I do not carry the disease to pass on the disease to anyone else, then I have done my best service to the humanity. This is the first thing one has to recognize. Then one must try to improve himself both physically and mentally. One has to improve his immunity power to cope up with this COVID. There are set of rules. One is all the medical rules that have been given to us, wearing the mask, using the hand sanitizer, maintaining social distance, etc. That is being followed by almost all people except a few. Then one must take to exercise, do pranayama, do yoga exercise and free hand exercises, whatever it be, we must develop physical strength. Then when the turn comes, we have to take the vaccine also. Next thing is, we have to use immunity boosters like vitamin B tablet, vitamin C tablet, and also age-old immunity boosters, our age-old immunity boosters, that is ginger, neem leaves, gooseberries, turmeric, clove, etc. All these we have to use. Then one more thing, we have to keep on taking steam because it prevents a lot. And also we have to go on drinking hot water. These are all the norms that have been known to all people. Only we have to stick to it, to stick to them to follow perfectly. Over and above this, there is one more point. People are confined to their homes. They have plenty of time. Instead of being worried and tensed, it is necessary to use the time wisely. In what way we can use the time? One is spend time to enhance relationship with the family. Use the time for good reading of good books and enhance the knowledge. Thirdly, we can use the time for spiritual benefit. We can meditate, we can chant, we can pray. Of all these, prayer is the most important thing. We know there is an universal mind, of which all the minds are parts only. If a person sincerely prays for oneself and for the welfare of all beings in this world, he creates some powerful vibrations in the atmosphere. All the vibrations, such vibrations created by other prayerful persons will gather together and a powerful force is created, and by that force, some auspiciousness will come to everyone and to the whole world at large.
Thank
So
you.
prayer is an important thing. So lastly, I offer my prayer. Sarve jana sukhino bhavantu, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhavet, sarve santu niramayaha. Let no one be free. Let everyone be free from all diseases. This is the prayer now we have to do. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat.
Thank you, Maharaj. Now I request Sri Tiro, Buddhist monk, Amravati Buddha Vihar.
అర్హతో సమ్మా సంబుద్ధస్స. ఈ కార్యక్రమంలో ఈరోజు గవర్నర్ గారు, అలాగే వాళ్ళ ఆఫీసర్ గారు, తర్వాత ఆల్ రిలీజియస్ లీడర్స్ అందరూ కూడా పార్టిసిపేట్ చేశారు. వాళ్ళందరికీ కూడా అమరావతి బుద్ధ విహార్ నుంచి ధన్యవాదములు తెలుపుతా ఉన్నాము. ఈరోజు ప్రపంచ మానవులంతా కూడా చాలా బాధలా ఉన్నారు, చాలా కష్టం పడుతూ ఉన్నారు, అలాగే అనారోగ్య పాల్మవుతూ ఉన్నారు. దీనికంతా కారణం ఉండే ఉంటుంది. బుద్ధ భగవాన్ చెప్తాడు, యదిసం అపతే బీజం తాదిసం లభతే ఫలం కళ్యాణకారి కళ్యాణం పాపకారి చ పాపకం. యాజ్ ఎ విల్ సో యూ బికమ్ అని దీని మీనింగ్ అనమాట. ఇప్పుడు ఏమైందంటే ఇట్లాంటి పరిస్థితుల్లో ఫస్ట్ మనకి ప్రివెన్షన్ ఈజ్ బెటర్ దాన్ క్యూర్ అంటారు. దానికి ఏం కావాలి, మనకి హ్యూమన్ రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ కావాలంట. ప్రతి మనిషి మాస్కులు పెట్టుకోవాలా, ప్రతి మనిషి రోజు వేడి నీళ్లు తాగాల, అలాగే సోషల్ డిస్టెన్స్ ని అనుసరించాల. ఈ రోజు ఎంతో మంది ఈ కరోనా వచ్చినా కూడా వాళ్ళు మాస్కులు పెట్టుకుంటా లేదు, వాళ్ళ ఒక బాధ్యత కనబడతా లేదు. సో ప్రతి మనిషి ఈ ఒక కరోనా ఒక రోగంని మనము తరిమి కొట్టాలంటే ప్రతి ఒక్కరు మాస్కులు పెట్టుకునాలా, ప్రతి ఒక్కరు వేడి నీళ్ళు తాగాల, ప్రతి ఒక్కరు సోషల్ డిస్టెన్స్ ని అనుసరించాల. ఇది యాజ్ ఎ హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్ అప్రోచ్ అన్నమాట. తర్వాత మనకి ఇంకోటి స్పిరిచువల్ అప్రోచ్. స్పిరిచువల్ అప్రోచ్ ఏమొస్తుంది? స్పిరిచువల్ అప్రోచ్ మనిషి సత్ప్రవర్తన కలిగి ఉండాలి. ఈ రోజు ఏమైందంటే మనిషిల సత్ప్రవర్తన లేదండి, చాలా దిగజారిపోయింది. ఏ మనిషి అంటే ప్రతి మనిషి ఏ జీవిని చంపరాదు, దొంగతనం చేయరాదు, వ్యభిచార జీవనం గడపరాదు, అబద్ధాలు చెప్పరాదు, మత్తు పదార్థాలు సేవించరాదు. ఇలాంటి సద్గుణాలని అనుసరిస్తే ఈ పాజిటివ్ అండ్ నెగిటివ్ ఫోర్స్ అని ఉంటుందండి. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, ఋతు నియమ, మనకి బుద్ధ భావనుడు 5 నియమాలు చెప్తాడు. ఋతు నియమ, బీజ నియమ, చిత్త నియమ, కమ్మ నియమ, దమ్మ నియమ. ఇది తనకి తానే పనిచేస్తూ ఉంటుంది. దాన్ని ఎవరు చెప్పరు, మీరు ఇలా పని చేయాలా, ఈ టైంలో వచ్చని ఎవరు చెప్పరు. సో అది ప్రకృతి పని చేస్తూ ఉంటుంది. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యూనివర్సల్ లా. సో దానికే ఇక్కడ మనిషి ఏం చేయాలంటే కొంత ఆధ్యాత్మికంగా సత్ప్రవర్తన కలిగి ఉండాలి. రోజు దానం ఇచ్చేది కానీ, పంచశీల అనుసరించేది కానీ, అలాగే ఆధ్యాత్మికలో ఎన్నో సూత్రాలు ఉంది. అందరికీ తెలుసు, మనకి బుద్ధిజంలా ఉంది, హిందూజంలా ఉంది. అందరూ కూడా దాన్ని శ్రద్ధాభక్తితోటి అనుసరించి ప్రతి మనిషికి మంచిది కావాలా, లోకానికి శాంతి కావాలా, అలాగే ఇప్పుడు ఏమి మానవాళ్ళు ఈ కరోనా నుంచి బాధలు పడుతూ ఉన్నారో అదంతా తొలగాల, అతనంతా నిర్మూలించాలని మనం ముందుకి రావాలా. సో ఇక్కడ ఇదంతే కాకుండా అంటే హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్ రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ ప్లస్ స్పిరిచువల్ అప్రోచ్ ప్లస్ ఇప్పుడు గవర్నమెంట్ చూడండి, ఎన్నో చోట్ల అది ఇప్పుడు ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ యాక్చువల్లీ ఫెయిల్ అయింది. ఇప్పుడు సెకండ్ ప్లస్ థర్డ్ వేవ్ కూడా వస్తా ఉంది. వై? కొంచెం మనకి గవర్నమెంట్ ఎస్పెషల్లీ సెంట్రల్ గవర్నమెంట్ కొంచెం ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ యూజ్ చేసి కొంచెం పీపుల్ ని అవేర్నెస్ చేసింటే ఇలాంటి ఒక పరిస్థితి వచ్చేది కాదు. ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ కొద్దిగా ఫెయిల్ అయింది అనమాట. బట్ అయినా ఇప్పుడు మనకి ఆ ప్రాబ్లం ఉంది కాబట్టి ఆ ప్రాబ్లం ని మనము తొలగించాలా. మంగళం రక్కంతు సబ్బ దేవత సబ్బ బుద్ధాను ధమ్మాను సంఘానుభావేన సదా సుత్తి భవంతుతే. మంచిదండి. సాధు సాధు సాధు.
Thank you, Thiru garu. Now I request Shri Pannalal ji, Jain Samaj, Vijayawada.
शिवस्तु सर्व जगत परहित निरता भवन्तु भूतगणा दोषा प्रयान्तु नाशं सर्वत्र सुखी भवतु लोका. माननीय ऑनरेबल गवर्नर आंध्र प्रदेश श्री विश्वभूषण हरिचंद्र जी को ऑन द बिहाफ ऑफ जैन समाज और myself पन्नालाल जैन सादर प्रणाम, सादर जय जिनेन्द्र। सबसे पहले तो मैं आपको धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं कि आपने इस तरह के कार्यक्रमों का आयोजन कर करके लोगों के अंदर जो अवेयरनेस फैलाने का, लोगों के अंदर जो क्षमता और धैर्य बढ़ाने का जो कार्य किया है, इसके लिए मैं आपका खूब खूब आभार और धन्यवाद व्यक्त करता हूं। आप जैसे गौरवशाली, प्रतिभा संपन्न, दीर्घदृष्टा राज्यपाल के होते हुए हम आंध्र प्रदेश के सभी वासी निश्चिंत है। जैसा हम सब जानते हैं कि कोरोना महामारी का उपद्रव पूरे विश्व के अंदर फैला हुआ है। इससे लड़ने के लिए, इससे विजय प्राप्त करने के लिए हम सबको एकजुट होना बहुत ही जरूरी है। आप जैसे आगेवानों की नेतृत्व में जो गाइडलाइंस हमारे को मिलेगी, जो मार्गदर्शन हमारे को मिलेगा, उससे हमारे अंदर धैर्य और धीरज बढ़ेगा और इस महामारी से लड़ करके हम विजय प्राप्त कर सकेंगे। गत वर्ष जब कोरोना की पहली लहर चली थी, उस वक्त हमारे जैन समाज ने सही संभावनाथ होम क्वारंटाइन सेंटर के नाम से एक संस्था का आयोजन करके उसके अंदर बड़ी संख्या के अंदर लोगों की सेवा की थी। उसमें हमारे को सरकार की तरफ से पूरी सहायता मिली थी और उसमें हमने करीब करीब 100% सफलता प्राप्त की थी। इस बार भी हमारे जैन समाज की तरफ से विजयवाड़ा के नजदीक गुंटूपल्ली करके गांव है, वहां पर हमारा एक जैन मंदिर है और बड़ी धर्मशाला है। उसके अंदर हमने लास्ट 20 अप्रैल से वहां पर कोरोना सेंटर का एक संचालन शुरू किया है और उसके अंदर बहुत सारे लोगों को हम सेवा प्रदान कर रहे हैं। हमारी आशा है, हमारे विश्वास है कि आप तरफ से हमें पूरा सहयोग और सहकार और मार्गदर्शन मिलता रहेगा ताकि हम संस्था की सेवा करके इस महामारी से हम सब बाहर आएंगे। इसी के साथ मैं जैन समाज से मैं आपको निवेदन करता हूँ, जब भी कोई जैन समाज का कार्य हो, जैन समाज के लिए, आपके लिए, सेवा के लिए जैन समाज हमेशा तत्पर है, तैयार है और आप हमें सूचन कीजिएगा, हम हमेशा आपके साथ में है। प्रणाम। जय जिनेंद्र।
I extend a warm welcome to all the eminent religious and spiritual leaders and other dignitaries for participating in this webinar on creating awareness amongst the people about COVID appropriate behavior to strengthen them to fight against the invisible enemy which is threatening the entire humanity. As you all are very much aware, the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic has posed an unprecedented challenge before the entire world. Religious and spiritual leaders and faith-based organizations play an important role in the time of crisis. They provide solace to the sufferer and give hope to the hopeless. Faith has a unique place in our lives. In the time of anxiety, faith can be a significant source of comfort and community resilience. With the unprecedented threat of COVID-19 pandemic and these devastating impacts on the communities across the world, leaders like you will play a great role in saving the lives and mitigating the spread of the disease. Religious and spiritual leaders are equipped with the knowledge, courage, and vision and can play an unique role in bringing people together around the universal values of our common humanity. To deal with such an enormous challenge, apart from the efforts by the governments, as influential leaders of the society and community, responsibility lies on all of us to create awareness among the people in our respective communities to adhere to the COVID appropriate behavior such as wearing a mask, maintaining social distance, washing hands frequently, keeping the surroundings clean. You have a deep and trusted relationship with your congregants and connection with disadvantaged and vulnerable members who might not be reached by health service in a routine manner. People's attitude towards public health messages are shaped by their religious belief and how the leaders respond to it. You are in good position to instill desirable practices, rationality, and confidence among the followers of faith. The situation calls for a concerted effort on the part of the sections of the society to come together and address the issue on hand as the COVID-19 pandemic is taking a serious turn by every passing day. All esteemed dignitaries present today are well known in their skill of communication. You are endowed with the capacity to influence thinking and shape social values and social responsibility. I would urge upon you all to make a special appeal to followers of your respective religious organizations for the strict adherence to COVID guidelines and taking all necessary precautions by protecting themselves, their family members, and the communities around them. I earnestly appeal to you all to effectively communicate the message to all your followers that in this crisis situation, there is no scope to remain complacent. There is a need to emphasize in no uncertain terms that it is incumbent on each and every one to follow the health protocols, and they should also be made aware about the danger of contracting the COVID-19 virus through a slightest oversight in not taking the necessary precautions. I would be grateful to you if you could educate your followers as part of your regular discourses on the mandatory precautions to be taken to prevent spread of the coronavirus and the need to stay at home, avoid unnecessary travel, celebration of festival with a limited number at home. The country today is witnessing a new high in the number of COVID cases on daily basis, with the new strains of virus circulating which appear to be more contagious. As we all know, the present pandemic situation is putting an enormous pressure on the medical resources and health infrastructure. Almost all hospitals are operating with full capacity, and the doctors and the healthcare workers are working round the clock to save the lives. Hence, preventing the virus from spreading further is an important factor to bring the pandemic situation under control. I also request you to encourage all eligible persons to come forward and take the vaccine immediately by clearing any apprehensions they have about taking the vaccine, as it is safe and to take the vaccine. Adherence to COVID appropriate behavior at all times and vaccination are the only weapon available to us to succeed in the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. While wearing a mask, maintaining social distance, and frequent hand wash are important elements of COVID appropriate behavior, it may also be advised to the followers to either postpone functions for the time being, or it may be held with very limited people. Duly followed COVID guidelines as per advice of the authorities. I would also like to urge upon you to create awareness among your followers to seek immediate help by calling 104 call center for any mild COVID-related symptoms. Expert doctors are available at the call center around the clock. Those affected by coronavirus can recover from disease and lead normal life, provided they go to testing followed by treatment without any delay. The fact that nearly 9.70 lakh patients have recovered from the disease in our state out of 11 lakh patients bears testimony to this. 1.22 lakh patients are still undergoing treatment in hospitals or under home isolation. Fatalities can be prevented and lives can be saved if there is no delay in testing followed by treatment. In this regard, I would also like to draw your attention to the five-fold strategy laid out by our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. That is testing, tracing, treatment, COVID-appropriate behavior, and vaccination are the only solution to effectively fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. Laxity among the people, inappropriate behavior such as not wearing mask, visiting crowded areas, not cleaning hands frequently, not seeking immediate medical help in case of mild COVID symptoms appears to be the main contributing factor behind the surge in the new number of cases being reported in the country during the second wave. The surge in cases being reported on daily basis in the second wave is a matter of grave concern, and I solicit your support to create awareness among the people and prevail over them on the urgent need to prevent further spread of the virus, which is possible only with the active cooperation of everyone in the society. Protecting lives and ensuring welfare of all citizens is a top priority for the government, and all entities of the government are working very hard with utmost devotion to deal with the situation. Active cooperation of everyone in the society is a key factor to accomplish the gigantic task at hand and to defeat the virus. The situation is evolving very rapidly. Hence, our response also has to meet the pace of the challenge. The current pandemic situation demands that we need to stand united and face this menace in a responsible and effective manner by supplementing the efforts of our government. Before concluding, I would like to reiterate my appeal to you all to take an active role in this humanitarian cause and advise the people to strictly follow the COVID-appropriate behavior and take all necessary precautions as advised by authorities to prevent further spread of coronavirus. I am confident that by coming together and standing united, it is possible to build a resilient society to combat the impact and succeed in the fight against COVID-19 pandemic and put an end to this pandemic. I once again thank you all for taking the time out and participating in this webinar. Thank you all. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening your thoughts to us. This message will give impact on creating awareness among the people to follow the COVID appropriate behavior and synergize to fight against the COVID pandemic. I, on behalf of Raj Bhavan, I thank Tirumal Tirupati Devasthanam, GL Educational Trust, Sri Satyasai Seva Trust, Sri Pitam Kakinada, All India Milli Council, Guru Prabandhak Committee Vijayawada, Guru Dwara Satsat Vishakhapatnam, Brahma Kumaris Vijayawada, CSI All Saints Church Vijayawada, RCM Churches, Ramakrishna Math, Amaravati Buddha Vihar, and Jain Samaj. We thank on behalf of Rajbhavan very much for taking your valuable time and participating in this webinar on the call given by the Honorable Governor. I also thank for your valuable suggestions and initiatives taken at your end in mitigating the deadly pandemic, and we wish all that this extending cooperation and guidance in future also. Thank you so much.